Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming. Today I'm playing some ClayZard again, but this time with the Charizard from Vivid Voltage with the Royal Blaze attack, which has 100 base damage for 2 fire energies, but does an extra 50 damage for every Leon card that's in your discard pile. So obviously we can play 4 Leons, so if we can get 4 of them into our discard, we are suddenly hitting for 300 for 2 energies on a single prize Pokemon. That is a massive swipe for 2 fire energies, and of course we can get that up really easy either through manual attachments or through just a quick welder play to get 2 fire energies into onto our Zard in 1 turn. Now the Leon itself can scale those attacks just a little bit higher. If you happen to play one, you get to do an extra 30 damage, so you can theoretically scale up to 330, but most of the time you're wanting to use your supporter cards on things like welders or clays to be able to get yourself set up and keep streamlining these Zards together. Now, the Charizard itself has an awesome little ability here with the battle sense, where once during your turn you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put one of them into your hand, discarding the other 2 cards that you looked at. Now, that obviously has some discard synergy with the Leon, and we can set it up quite nicely with an Oranguru if we have the Leon sitting in our hand to begin with. Primate Wisdom, chuck that Leon on top of the deck, and there's a nice little Leon that we can discard as one of our 2 cards we got to discard with the battle sense. So it has this internal draw, which we really like. Now, I obviously checked this out with my last TCG video with the team up sort of version with this, but this sort of version has inbuilt draw, which is nice, but doesn't have inbuilt energy acceleration, so it can't self-charge, which means that you've really got to work out your game plan around how am I going to have my next Charizard charged. It means that we're generally having to use Welder by turn 3 at the absolute latest, and we've got to make sure that we've got welders that we're able to play late in the game as well. Most of the time anyway, it depends how the game goes, I guess. Now, we're running a Jirachi engine to be able to get ourselves set up, so we want to use Jirachi early, and then hopefully we just set up multiple Zards ready to go that we don't need to worry about our Jirachi later on. So if they take our Jirachi early, we're happy enough to give that trade away most of the time, hoping to trade up later on. We're running 3 scoop ups to try and get as many Jirachi pulls early as possible, but also to flip out of our Jirachi if we ever need to. But we're not running a 4 line because we're not trying to use Jirachi right through the match. We've got as much search for Pokemon as we can, physically fit into the deck without going too nuts overboard with it. So we've got 4 Quick Ball and 4 Great Ball to try and find out our Charmanders on turn 1 of the game. We've got Pokecoms and Evo Incense to then go and search for, try and get things like Zards and things like that. And then we've got a lot of items here because we are a clay-based deck. So we've got Fire Crystals to go and fetch fire energies back, and believe it or not, that can be a challenge with the deck because we're often using clays and things like that. So Fire Crystal, getting those energies back into hand is something that we really need here. Got a couple of Ordinary Rods, would love to fit a 3rd one in here, but they're just fetching back Pokemon that we discard through our clays or through our battle sense, as well as recovering energies back into the deck if we need to. Can also save us from decking out, and that's a really important note. We've got power pads to go and get back supporters that we need to, that we discarded from clays and things like that, and that's particularly important if we need welders late. That's what I'm often trying to find back into the hand late in the game. And yeah, we've got that's pretty much about the deck. We've only got the 1 bosses. This is a luxury card, we use it occasionally, but yeah, it's only on very few occasions that we can afford to play boss, because most of the time we're needing to play welder or clay to continue setting up our Zards and continue streamlining through the deck. So that's the deck. Let's see how it plays. Oh, that was lucky, not starting with Dedenne. See what my opponent's bringing. Eternatus. Here's the thing about Eternatus, right? I'm gonna drop the Charmander like this, and we're gonna just hold. Because Oh, I'd need to get double Leon into the discard. That's the only thing. Triple Leon, actually, to get the KO here. Yeah. I was thinking, like, if we got a nuts draw, but yeah, I'd need triple Leon. Chance that happening's pretty low, I would have thought. I know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll clay on this next one. We'll just rely more on a clay-based build to begin with. If we can get a decent hit into the Eternus, that's still fine for me. A balloon. Quick ball. We're probably going to be Dead Age changing on the next turn. Getting Tomb. We probably need to find a welder by... Like, we need to find a welder by turn 3, but probably in this next turn. Getting Spiritomb cooking and ready. Having said that, if we can get these fully evolved, like, there's a lot of damage counters the Spiritomb's going to have to cook up. I suppose it's doable if this is running the norm with the goons. Are we seeing supporter yet? No. We're going to see appears. The capture. Getting the Eternus VMAX ready. There's the goon play. Gonna ping the active. Alright, no acceleration. Grab the Zard, because we're just gonna get Candy off of this. Candy, triple Leon into the discard. Well, there's Candy. No Leons in the discard, so that makes me sad. Alright, well, we've got the Candy. So we need to hit into this Eternus VMAX. And, like, assuming this now has to become a VMAX to get it, that's actually handy for me. We'll try and Great Ball ourselves. What are we wanting out of this? I think we're going to make this... Actually considering getting Oranguru, but I don't have that. So let's grab ourselves Charmeleon. Yep, that seems fine. So we'll Charmeleon this up. And Dead Age change. Because we need to find ourselves Welder now. There's the Welder. So we'll Great Ball. Jirachi. Do we want Jirachi here? Yes, I think we do want Jirachi down. So we'll go Jirachi down. This down. We're going to Battle Sense. Leon into the discard. Seems pretty good. We're going to grab the Power Pad. We need something for Fire Energies. Like we need, yeah, something bad to get Fire Energies. But we'll get the Charizard's Royal Blaze attack off. We actually need another Leon on the discard next turn as well. Because 150 is not going to do it. So we need a fair bit on the next turn. We're getting we're going to get a Jirachi Pole, which is nice. The Jirachi has to hit probably Fire Crystal. Or we have to top deck Fire Crystal. Or we have to top deck Fire and get into Welder. We have to be able to get that Welder off, and Welder, yeah. There's going to be a fair bit we need, because we also need a Leon to hit the discard. Going to start setting up that Charmeleon. Ready for that Spiritomb, I'm guessing. Looks like I've got Dead Ages sitting there as well. And I need to be able to like respond this next turn. It's so important that I'm able to respond this next turn. Because otherwise he's going to be able to set up another attacker ready to go, and he's going to have Dead A to pick off as well. So yeah. Single fire. We get the Charizard pull. What else do we need? We need a Leon. So here's the thing. We've got plenty of fire NGs in the discard. If I grab the Leon, who's going to probably be the hardest thing to find out of this combo, I need the Welder to find a single fire or the Battle Sense, where the Leon's going to be a lot harder to dig for. So I think this is the right play. We just grab this out. We Welder onto the Charmeleon here. Yeah. Welder onto Charmeleon. We got the fire. So we've got everything we need. So we Battle Sense. I think we've got to keep this. I think that's more important than anything else this turn. Got the fire. So we can scoop the Jirachi. I think we do have to put Jirachi back in because we don't have much going for us yet for the next turn if he's able to respond. So we're able to get the Eternatus V Max KO. So that's a big move. So now we put pressure on him for a turn on being able to respond. And if he's not able to respond, then we can sit pretty with another Charizard and smack into something for the next turn. Be interesting to see what he promotes. I mean, it has to be the Spiritomb that's coming up. And the Spiritomb has to try and get 160. So, okay, it's going to go Galarian Slowbro. That gets me Poison. So it's hitting 100, 110, even 120 on the way back. It's not good enough. So, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about things. Got to get another Zard up here. Which means a couple more Battle Senses is going to be really good. Sucks that we had to get rid of Boss. That's another play that he's got to try and dodge me, is to weave in and out of guys. We need to be able to get like a KO here if he leaves Galarian Slowbro in the active, so we need to now find ourselves another Leon. I don't even know how many he's in deck, to be honest, how many he's prized. Surely 2 of them aren't in the last 3 prizes. I'll be really sad if that is true. I do think I need to start thinning the deck now. Okay. So he's just got a poison attack, that's it. We need to grab ourselves, this is the last Zard, so we got 2 Fire Crystals in here, 2 Candies, 2 Leons in here, Clays in here, 3 Fire NGs. Alright, so we can Candy this one up. We don't have any Charmanders at the moment. I think we want to Battle Sense first while the deck's fairly thin. Good, so we got a Leon back. We're going to have to grab this, I think. It's the priority. Battle Sense. clay the priority here, or is the fire energy the priority? I think we nearly want welder draw now. So we'll do this. So we've got welder draw. Do we want to draw into anything? I think we want a rod. Do both. Grab ourselves these two. We just need to string more attackers in. That's the key now. Do we need to get welders back? I think we get welder and boss back here. Power pad, this one, this one. That feels pretty good. We now quickly get ourselves out. Oh, I should have actually got rid of the quick ball there. That was a mistake, because then I could have pulled the Zard. Yeah, that was definitely a misplay. Although, what we could do, let's just quickly welder onto this. Do we need double welder? I feel like we don't. So what we could do is put this back, grab the Zard, and then, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Put this back, grab the Zard out, then drop this guy, go and get ourselves the Charmander, get Charmander down, and then Royal Blaze for 300. So we've thinned the deck pretty well now. We've got 2 more attackers. We only need 1 more welder for this game. So I really want to get the welder on the next turn. Do we have any more scoops? We have 1. How many rods do we have? We've got 1 rod. We have 2 fire crystal, 1 scoop. We could go into Jirachi here, but I feel like it's just probably safer to sit in this Zard here. And we just need to get a welder onto you and then an energy attach, that's fine. We don't have to take a chance on welder here. It's got the dread end. Mind you, if we get into boss, it's game. Yeah, if we get into boss first, it is actually game. So I think that's going to be the first check. Can we find boss? So we can see 6 cards here through the battle sensors. We don't find boss there. We do find boss there. That's game. Alright. Boss, we'll just bring up this tomb. And Royal Blaze for game. And that's the bigger Turnus deck taken down. Okay, so we're going first. We're probably just dead-aing this hand, to be honest. And start a new hand. Not much good to be said about this particular hand. Okay, so we've got the opportunity to jump into Jirachi if we want to. We are going to Dead-Eye change this hand. We would probably need to hit Welder if we want to do that, and we do. Hit the Welder. We could go Clay. We need to hit another fire anyway, so I think we actually do use the retreat here. Stellar Wish, get ourselves the candy. Alright, we'll just pass. We'll see if he's got the turn 1 KO. He's got the turn 1 KO, this is going to be a long way back. In fact, I'd say it's probably game if he's got the turn 1 KO. Dead-Eye change. A couple of triples already gone. Only 1 thing in the discard so far. Gonna air balloon the bunny. So what do we need? We need to hit a fire. So I think we candy into a Zard. As our first move. I actually think we use the Battle Sense straight away. Good, we get fire into the discard. Out of these, I've got Clay already for next turn, so I think I want to grab the Charmander. Yeah, and then Fire Crystal. Up these two. What's a bit of a worry is I don't have away our Jirachi yet. That's what is a worry. So these two go onto this Zard. Okay, there's my way out of Jirachi. We grab that to you. We'll Stellar Wish. Grab ourselves out. Are we just grabbing another Clay at the moment? Or do we want to go for... We'll grab this one. Yeah, we'll grab this one. If we can hit a Pokemon, good, we can. We'll grab the Charmeleon at the moment. So that's that. We'll then scoop up the Jirachi. Chuck this in. I should have popped the... Oh, well, it doesn't really matter at this stage. We're going to chuck a Rangoon down, because what we want to do is just put this on top of our deck just in case we get Marnied, although this is not a Marnie type deck. But Royal Blaze, hit the 150. So we're doing enough there. We do importantly take the first prize card. And that is very important. We probably need to try and find boss in this at some stage. What we're really hoping is if he misses the KO again. So he's got a bit of work to get a KO here. Because at the moment he's only hitting 60. We've got one liability sitting in here for him to catch up prize cards or skip ahead of the prize card race. He's got one sitting here, but I've only got one boss to get it. Plus, I'm setting up stage 2 Pokemon. He's only setting up basics for the most part. Happy, okay. They both happyable? Or just one? Oh no, hang on. Hapu is, yeah, the discard from the deck. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking Roxy. What's he up to? 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 120. It's starting to get scary. Because if he gets the KO here, it is a long way back for me still. And he's at least at 140 now. At least at 140. With that Dead A change. Here's another triple hitting though. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 140. It needs 2 more that he can get to the discard. He hasn't built another Poltergeist ready to come into it. He's got another 2 Bunnelbees. He hasn't got a Sinistay down yet. Okay, so he misses. That is huge for me. That's absolutely massive. And we top deck Clay of all things. Alright, so we want to primitive this one down. And then we want to Battle Sense. Grab this one. So what we'll do here is we'll put Jirachi back. Grab ourselves out the Zard. We'll candy up to our Zard. I'm actually thinking I want to Welder this turn. I need to find myself another Fire Energy. The boss is pretty huge to be able to get after things. Candies are going to be too important to throw away, I think. The The problem is I put myself in a position where I need to hit some stuff. I've got 2 fire crystals already gone. No others. Don't like this at all, but I'm gonna keep the candy out of that. What have we got? Oh, we've got clay for next turn, so we'll just hope for the best. We've also got a battle sense guaranteed. He's also got to respond. I've got to remember that. So he's got the Bumblebee. Okay, he's got the response. So he's got the KO. I've got a lot of work cut out for me still. To continue stringing these Zards together. Keep in mind, Charmeleon, no, can't get a sneaky KO unless I can get 3 fire energies to it. That's a lot of fire energies to get to it. So I need to get, what, 2 more Zards after this up. That's the aim, is 2 more Zards after this up and going. So we need to hit welders at opportune times. So I need to put welders back. That's what needs to go back. What we can do, remove wisdom this to the top. So it gets thinned out of the deck. We'll battle sense it now. Grab the fire NG, so that's a good battle sense right there. Perfect battle sense. We've got the fire NG this turn. We've got this up this turn. I'm thinking we ordinary rod this turn. We have to put some fire NGs back, I think. So we'll grab these 2 back. Chuck these both. Am I putting both? I think so. Because I've also got to find my way into welders. So we're going to drop this back. Go and get Charmander. Hope that we don't lose too much out of the clay. Oh, it's a risky clay. It's a hugely risky clay. If I want to do it. Because I don't have any more recovery. I've got 1 candy left. I need to get into my attackers first. Let's battle sense. What's most important here? So I do have ways to still get fire energies back. Although I need a fire energy for next turn, but I also need to get myself into more Charmanders. So that's my only Charmander. So I've got 2 Zards and I need both. See, the big problem I'm facing right now, if I clay and I lose my Charizards, I don't have another way to get one back. My Charmeleon is not an option. So Charmeleon's not an option. So who else can attack? Maybe this guy, Oranguru. That's 3 NGs I've got to get to him. How many NGs have you burnt to get that KO before? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you've got plenty of NGs still to come at the minute. Oh, I've used Battle Sense with you, haven't I? I think we're just going to have to clay. And hope. Did we miss all of our Zards somehow? Nope, we hit both of them. Knew I shouldn't have done that. Awesome. So, yeah, I should have just power padded. I really should have just power padded. I have major regrets now. So, I guess now the hope is to get Oranguru up as an attacker. Or have I still got boss? No. Because I was like maybe get Deadeye as a prize card. I think Oranguru as an attacker is my only hope. Oh, he's gonna boss me. That catches up the prize cards. But I'm still ahead of the prize cards. But now it buys me an extra turn to try and get Oranguru into an attacking position. So what we're going to do, going to put this onto the top. Get the other welder. And a battle sense. Grab the fire energy. We're going to welder this fire. I really wouldn't mind knowing some information. We do have fire crystal there. We don't have any recovery, do we? No. I've got to be super careful, so I'm just going to have to go with welder to you for the moment. There's the fire crystal. Okay. Royal Blaze. I have regrets with that clay. Now I can't weld it until my last turn. Having said that, like, he's out of Bunnelbees, so he's gonna have to rod back at Bunnelbee. He might miss again here. And be a big miss. I reckon he might miss. Yeah, he's gonna miss. That's huge for me. So we're just Royal Blazing. Go to one prize card. We could have possibly thinned out like the quick balls and stuff. But yeah, he missed for that one turn, and thankfully he went for that the Dene as well. He wasn't to know that I was out of recovery for my Charizards. But yeah, GG's. We just got home against Mad Party. I don't think that's a favoured matchup at all. I always find these hands interesting. Like, do we want to use the scoop to get to Jirachi? I think we just do now. I think that's what I'm learning with this deck is. Oh, we've got double scoop anyway. So we'll get rid of Leon. We'll go and get ourselves Jirachi. Scoop, the Charmander. Knock that out. We're definitely dropping that back no matter what Jirachi gets me. We don't want Leons, we want quick balls. Is the ideal. Do I want to quick ball now or wait till next turn? Oh, I'm a bit torn about this. Why am I keeping the scoop up? I'm not sure. Let's just do it this way. I kind of want to go more aggressive, but we do potentially have the chance of getting the turn 2 KO if Jirachi gets me a candy. And then this can Dede change me out. So that's the reason why I went that way. Alright, we've got Charmanders. Gonna have Charizards coming back. No, okay. So, big pull here. We do not hit what we were hoping. We're just going to continue with setup at this stage, knowing Jirachi probably goes down on the next one. Of course, we see the candy there. So Jirachi's going down the next one, so we Dede change out, I think. Yeah, let's just Dede change out of this. Fire crystal. Grab that. Energy attach here. Do I want to scoop to the Charmander and go, you know what, we're just going to hit it like that? Why not? I mean, worst case scenario, if we don't, we'll just manually retreat. Back to Jirachi and get another pull. We're not going to hit it like that, although Clay could make us hit it like that. It did not. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad. Okay, Great Ball. Grab Charmeleon out. We'll retreat to this guy. We'll get ourselves another pull. Oh, so now we finally hit the candy. Alright, candy up. To Zard. Believe it or not, if we hit a scoop, which we don't, would have been amazing. Am I just grabbing Clay? I think I am. Alright. That's how we're doing this turn. Yeah. That's how we're doing this turn. We don't need fires back in hand yet, do we? Don't think so. So I've got to assume the Jirachi goes down here. Yep, there's the Jirachi down. Nothing more to play though, so that's good for us. So we'll chuck Charizard. We'll quickly Clay, see what this gets. So we've got another candy. We're gonna do this. Do both. Chuck these two back. Chuck a couple of these back. Do I want two back or do I want to draw some in hand? I think I want to draw the rest in hand. Like that. Alright, so we now want to pop this back, go and get ourselves a Zard out. Candy up. Start using Battle Sense. Grab this one of those three. Battle Sense. Grab this one of those three. Yeah, that's... Energy attach. And Royal Blaze. So smacking for 250. What is of concern is if he's able to deal with Charizard this turn. I don't have a welder ready to go. And this could be this Charizard going down this turn. Candy Zard? Yes, okay. So I now need to find a way to respond. I have double Zard to find one welder of the two that's left in deck. I mean, odds are I'm seeing the top 6, 7 cards in my deck to find one welder. A quick ball. Guru. Okay, interesting, cool. Resolve. If he doesn't get another Pokemon down, so as long as we hit Welder here, we can take out his only real attacker, I would have thought. So we put this back, go and get ourselves out a Zard. There's only one welder in here. Wow, where this places that welder is so important to me. I need to hit this welder so bad. Battle Sense. No welder. How many Jirachis do we have in there? Enough to thin another one? No, we don't have any Charmanders in there either. Oh, we might have a Charmander in there. I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a look at the deck. No, we don't. Okay, big battle sense coming up. And we whiff. Ouch. Okay. So we whiff on that. He gets another KO, unfortunately. So we'll start setting up this back one. I'm actually gonna... how many turns have we got? Not many. I'm gonna hold boss. I was thinking that we could boss up the Guru and buy ourselves some time. But we don't have many turns left and that welder's gonna draw. We just have to be very aware of that. Rally back 120, it's not gonna be enough, thankfully. I've got one ordinary rod and that is it. So I can put 4 Pokemon back. Well, 4 cards, not 4 Pokemon. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna Marnie me, okay. So that gives me the guaranteed welder, fire crystal, which is good. Alright. Alright. What I'm worried about here is whether or not I'm going to have enough time to win. So he's down to 3 prizes. I don't need to welder this turn. That's something to realise. I don't need to welder this particular turn. So we grab the 3 NGs. We NG attach here. We go here. We don't put the Zard back just yet. We Royal Blaze, get rid of this Zard. See if he's got Candy Zard again. If he does, I'm sad. So I'm battling 2 things here. I'm battling the fact that I've got 4 cards left in deck. So I've got to be very careful I'm not decking out. I've got 2 recovery cards. I need to hold this welder and use this welder well. Plus I'm behind on prize cards. So I need him to miss for 2 turns at some stage. Because I'm so far behind. Gonna Marnie me. So this thing shouldn't be able to get the KO this turn on me. Alright, so we've just got plenty of fire energies. The thing is, I'm going to need to get that Charizard back up. He's probably not going to whiff on the next turn. He just needs a Zard and he's happy. Kicking along, just chilling. I actually think I need to put back the Zard now. So both Zards need to go back and the fire energy can go back as well. I actually think we nearly bossed this turn. Take out the Charmeleon, force him to have a candy combo. So this is the boss turn. Royal Blaze. Because I need him to miss twice to take the prize card lead. And this Kangaskhan shouldn't be able to get a KO. Now I do have a Dedenne that he can pick off at some point. Got a third keeper. Okay, so that's looking pretty good news for me. What does this do? Oh, okay. Alright, so we can just continue smacking. Do you want to draw? Not really. I am going to NG attach though, just so the NGs are there. Although, if this Zard goes down, I need to be able to get straight into a Zard. I think we don't draw. It's a bit risky to not try and draw that final Zard. Because if I get like hand disrupted, if I get stamped to 2 or something, you'd have to have another stamp in this deck. But if I dead draw and he's able to get rid of the Zard this turn, it could spell bad news. But by the looks of things, it's not looking good for him to get that Zard up again. I'm just going to be able to sit here and continue smacking. Got the well to play. And go to the active. He's got the candy. If he's got the NG attached, he can get rid of this Zard this turn, but luckily I've still got the welder combo to be able to dig out my other Zard. Well, I've got 2 Zards left in deck. Starts putting me close to Marnie deck out as well though. I'm actually very close from... Although I've still got 11 cards, so yeah, I could welder comfortably without being worried about Marnie deck out. Alright, so just the rally back. So this puts me to 1 prize card away. We've got the Zard, so that's what we need. And we now just run a Royal Blaze. And hopefully that should be game. So he has to get rid of this Zard this turn. So I'm surprised the Charizard just hasn't jumped into the active. The one upside this has over... Okay, that's the reason why he's going that way. The one upside that this particular Zard build has over the other... like this Zard, the team up Zard, is the damage output late is just consistently strong. But it's getting to that late game, which can be very awkward. And making sure that you're able to streamline attackers. It's the part that I'm finding difficult with the deck. Where this one, because it self-charges, was a lot easier to continue, so... GG's to my opponent. As we... navigate our way through to the win. Navigating's the right word for it, I think. And that brings us to the end of the video. So which of the ClayZard decks do I prefer? The ClayZard from Team Up or the ClayZard from Vivid Voltage? Well, I've actually got differing sort of opinions of this. The Charizard from Vivid Voltage obviously has a better end game. So it's got this battle sense, which is like an ability that can draw you out of trouble if you get reset stamped and things like that. Plus for 2 energies, you can announce a Royal Blaze, which can easily hit for 300, where hitting that 300 number with the team up Zard late in the game can be a lot more awkward. Having said that, the team up Zard self-charges, and that can, get you off attacks where sometimes you aren't able to announce attack with the Charizard because you miss out on your welder or getting your double fire Engie into play and things like that. So I found the team up Zard was better at getting consistent attacks right through a match, although the late game can be a little bit iffy with the team up Zard, where I find this one tends to be the opposite. The early game can be a little bit shaky, but if you can get towards that late game and still have the pieces in hand that you need, the Royal Blaze can really carry you through, just announcing a big 300 hit for 2 Engies, which you can get online with just a simple welder. Yeah, I'm liking this particular build, but I think it's a real close matchup between the two of them, to be honest. They both have their benefits and both have the drawbacks. So, but in terms of the deck itself, things I'd like to try and sneak in there. In all honesty, I'd like to get a third rod if we could. I think a third rod would be really, really helpful, particularly if we prize rods, or if we, had to discard some early for some reason through a dead A change or something like that. So I wouldn't mind getting some more ordinary rods in there. An extra power pad might be handy just to be able to recycle welders or something like that. Just a couple of them, especially if you've got these guys prized. But that's really probably the main things I would consider. I had Oricorio sitting in this deck for a little while, but I just found that the Charizard's battle sensibility seemed to drag you through the deck pretty well on its own. I wasn't really looking for an Oricorio pull that often. In fact, often it was left sitting on my bench, not pulling anything when I lost a Zard, because otherwise I was, in risk of decking out. So yeah, Oricorio was in here, but I ditched it. And I'm liking this sort of build, but they're the main 2 cards I think I'm wanting to try and squeeze in if I can, but I'm not really sure what space it makes room for. So yeah, that's the deck list. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, I'll catch you later.